Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Monday morning. If you're looking at this after I have broadcast it live, good for you. Maybe you're resting. Maybe you're taking it easy. I wanted to talk about Dinosaurs today because Disney Plus has dropped that show. I was a big part of it for most of its seasons and played Baby Sinclair's Arms, which was really cool. And I thought I'd share that with you today since many, including myself, took the weekend to binge watch a few episodes, and I'm just so happy that it held up. Also, how do you like that new thumbnail? I created it, and each announcement that I do will have a different picture. So today's picture was this right here, and oops, that was not the picture. This was the picture that you saw. This is a Dinosaurs calendar from 1993, and it's super cute. Look how cute it is. These are from my personal and private collection. And today I thought I would show you some of my personal and private collection as we chat here on this beautiful February 1st, Monday. Isn't that a cute one? I stopped there because it says, Be My Valentine. And this is the month of hearts and flowers. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Yay, yay, yay. Turn that light up. There we go. Yeah, the day of hearts and flowers. And so lots of hearts and flowers because honestly, guys, I didn't think Dinosaurs would ever see the light of the bigger screen, the big TV screen. I thought the best you were going to do is to buy the DVDs and enjoy it. If it was something that you loved as a child or you loved it as an adult or you were on it like me and I played Baby's Arms, that was the way you were going to see it. DVD or I don't even think they did Blu-ray, actually. If they did, post in the comments and let me know. And if you're seeing it afterwards, please post in the comments and let me know. Let me know that you've joined me in that, what you think. These go a bit long, okay? This is because of the pandemic. I call this the fireside chat, or in this case, as you saw by the thumbnail, the comfy chat. What does that actually mean? What it means is that we come in from cold reality of some of the things that make you worried and nervous to some fun stories and conversation of, we know we're going to start with something like dinosaurs. And we also talk a lot of Disney. Like, for example, guys, did you hear about the Disney Legacy program? Yeah, well, I know you did. And yay, people are going back to work to Disney because we are doing better with COVID-19. There's where we're going to stop with the reality. But honestly, that's a good thing. And we stay positive. I stay as positive as I can here on my channel and don't do a lot of griping. So if you want to come in from that cold and sit by the fire and hear a story, welcome. I love having you. So back to Dinosaurs. And basically what I wanted to do and, trying to operate my stuff was I wanted to show you some of the things. So did you get to see the Bill Beretta show, the Beretta Brothers on YouTube? If not, feel free to go over there on YouTube, search the Beretta Brothers. You can watch the whole month of Countdown to Dinosaurs, which was a lot of fun and a great thing to participate in. It was great to see people I hadn't seen in a while. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was beautiful. And you get to talk to people. Yesterday, we got to talk to people like Misha Sisti. You may remember him from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A lot of big fans of that one, as myself. And Misha was on, and I got to just say hello. And then my dear friend, Alan Troutman, who I hadn't seen in a while. Sometimes you lose touch with your close friends, don't you? But you're so close that once you start talking, it's like you never left. And that's such a good thing. And so just like here, just like now, that's what this is about. But if you didn't get to see Dinosaurs, I thought I would show you some pictures that you might or might not have been able to see. And maybe you don't know what I did for Dinosaurs. So I'm gonna show you. Okay. Here I am in the bottom. Hi. And I'm going to show you. Here I am in the corner in the plaid is Bill Beretta, and Bill Beretta played Earl Sinclair. Those of you who know Dinosaurs and have watched the Beretta Brothers, he's also one of the hosts with his brother Gene, doing the Beretta Brothers show on YouTube. So a great show. Next month, or this month being February, they have announced that they're going to start talking to the Creature Shop. So if you're a puppet person, puppet builder, and you're curious about how these things were built and created, the Creature Shop is going to talk. And if you're a big fan of the Creature Shop, Jim Henson's Creature Shop is what I'm talking about, you're going to love talking to people like Jane Gutnick and many that were magical. And we talked about this, the way we had to roll out the characters really fast was the Creature Shop. They were constantly building, creating, and doing as we were constantly performing and puppeteering. And it was a lot of fun. So here I am as Baby's arms. You can see my face in the background here. If I enlarge it a little bit, there I am, and my arms are going through Baby right now as Bill is kind of chatting with me. I didn't always jump out of the character because if it was just a small break, they would put something for me to sit on, and I would just sit there with my arms in there. A lot of times. Kevin Clash was here. There we go. Kevin Clash was the voice of Baby. He also did the voice of Elmo. And then right next to me is John Kennedy. He did Eyes and Brows. So the Eyes and Brows, and if you watch, there's one where the baby sort of wakes up and he does his eyebrows like this. John could do that with his own eyebrows. And so that was kind of a signature for Baby Sinclair that he did. And then I like to rip and tear stuff up with the arms. So I enjoyed that very, very much. So just to show you some pictures that you may not have gotten to see, because when the Beretta Brothers do their presentation, they are blocked into a short amount of time. Most people try to do that on their YouTube channel, but because of the pandemic, I go a little over an hour on my Ask Me Anythings. Always very close to 3 hours. I'm there for 3 hours. Many of you have said that it allows you to come in from the cold and just feel better before you go off on your weekend. And I really want to make sure that you have that fun. If you're new to the channel, please post in the comments and let me know that you're, here, and I can say hi and welcome and all that kind of fun stuff. Consider subscribing and ringing the bell. Smash that bell. During Ask Me Anything, I asked the question of why you say smash that bell. And many people figured maybe it was the ding that you do at a hotel. So maybe that's what it is. Ding! That bell. And subscribe. I'd appreciate it. But don't do it if you don't like the channel. I'm not going to twist your arm or anything. It's just a request. Yeah, it's a request. Okay, so let's show you some more dinosaur stuff. I thought you would enjoy this. I hope you do. And here it is. This is what sexual harass meant. That's the title of the dinosaur show, not a comment. In this show, there is a guy named Harris, and he makes a off-color comment. He's a dinosaur, and they're all dinosaurs, of course. And he has to go, there's a hearing in front of a board of dinosaurs. And one of the dinosaurs is manipulated by strings, like someone's pulling his strings, kind of a government statement. And I was the marionette person that did that. And here I am sitting on top of a scaffolding above everyone doing that character. Now it's a hand puppet, so there was somebody in the puppet himself below, but I operated the hands from above. This I thought you'd think was very cute. This, I cannot remember. Let me see the signature. Oh, it's Kirk Thatcher. You guys know Kirk Thatcher? He's a dear. Anyway, Kirk Thatcher did this illustration, and I thought it was really cute. This is something that I haven't shared in a while, but isn't it just super sweet? And then what's funny is when you open it up, the baby ends up looking like too late. So, yeah, I just thought it was super cute and thought you'd like to see it. But isn't that funny? So, baby, and then there you go. And then I wanted to show this on the Beretta Brothers yesterday, but they had so many pictures they wanted to show. I didn't want to interfere, but these are the side characters I talked about, the salt and pepper characters that would flesh out the story around our 5 key characters. So in a classroom, there's one where Robbie joins a gang, and there's little characters around the opening sequence when Earl Sinclair is stomping through the forest and he does the honey, I'm home thing. All the kind of stuff like that. All of those little creatures, as you know, had to be operated, and they were operated by each and every one of us. We wore many hats on the show. And I thought I would share that with you today. Here's another one. Jane Gutnick is the one I told you from the Creature Shop. She is a lifesaver. She's a wonderful lady, very talented lady, very creative lady, along with everyone at the Creature Shop. And she would make sure that I got into my arms and out of my arms safely. She just took such good care of me on that show. So, yeah. And here's a real fun one. This is... I can't remember the title of it. I'm going through the Dinosaurs show now, and I'm rediscovering it just like you. And it's a joyful experience. And I hope if you haven't done it yet and you own Disney Plus, that you'll go and check it out. It's really, it stands up, it holds up. And that was kind of a nice, pleasant surprise. That's one of the things we talked about yesterday, was that it stands up. And I was like, woo, this is awesome, that it does. And this is me, again, taking a break. I'm not in the high chair. Now I am I'm hidden by, I think, hay bales or something to hide me. They usually plunked as much as they could over us because Kevin comes up through the bottom and is directly underneath baby most of the time. There are times when we aren't like that. If you get to see the one, and I can't remember the title of it, where a little animal steals the baby's cookie, and the baby takes offense with this and decides to go after that cookie stealing monster, only to make a discovery when he finds the little monster. And it's very cute. At that time, Kevin held the whole baby on his he supported the whole thing. It's a 70-pound puppet. Yeah, I think you can see by my head that baby's head is the same, is bigger than my own head. So imagine the rest of the baby. And Kevin is a very, very physically strong puppeteer. And then I was behind him doing the hands for crawling. I mentioned that before, but I'll mention it again. And here it is. You can see the head is big and the baby is big. I mean, look at Kevin's head and then his torso and then his hand and baby's hand. Just sort of do a little exploratory, if you will, as I leave this picture up. And you can see this baby is very, very big. Then inside the baby's head are servos and mechanisms that John did with a system called the Big One that allowed him to do that from afar and radio control, like a radio control airplane, a little more sophisticated, but you know how you would do this to get them to fly and stuff, or this, right? We had a system that had a big one here and this. If you're interested in seeing those controllers, I have a couple of pictures from the Country Bears, which I also was on, and just post in the comments that you'd like to see that. And maybe during the Ask Me Anything or a week from today, I can do that for you as well. Okay, I'm more than happy to open the book of my life and show you some wild and crazy stuff that I have been a part of. And it's been a lot. It's one of these journeys that if a door of opportunity opened, I went through it. And I didn't really think much about it. I just said, ooh, that sounds fun. And went through the door. And so as a result, there's been a lot of entertaining and fun experiences that I've had. So if there is something you're curious about, you want to ask about, you can do it on the AMA, the Ask Me Anythings that happen every Friday, or you can ask me on Monday, because I go to the comments after I sort of share something with you. I go to the comments and then, there's more. Here's a picture that you may have recognized from the calendar. I showed the calendar and it was in the calendar. And we did a lot of photo shoots, and sometimes the photo shoots were more painful than the puppeteering because you had to hold that pose. and therefore you had that weight, you had that situation, and you're frozen in that pose. You know, anybody who's a puppeteer will tell you the photo shoots are tough. And then this one is really cute. This is a little Christmas card that occurred that we sent out, or Henson sent out, in baby pose. Now, I was not in the arms at this point. This point, the arms were rigged with probably a heavy armature wire or something. But it's really cute. Yeah, super cute. And I think that's it, my friends, as far as those pictures are concerned. But I have a lot of cool, fun dinosaur stuff. And what I'd like to invite you to do is, I thought maybe it would be nice to do a little giveaway on this channel this month in honor of dinosaurs. I have come across a few amazing things that are from my personal collection. If you don't know me, well, I mean, you're like me, you collect, right? Well, a lot of times the Henson people gave us stuff, and then I collected stuff. I put it aside because, and I don't, why do you put it aside? You never know. You just collect it, you think it's cool, and then you tend to leave it in the bubble, or you play with them or something. You know, you tell me. I know you guys have some great collections out there, some amazing collections, and I love hearing about them. So if you're interested, I don't know if this calendar would interest anybody in having, but this will be one of the things. And all you have to do is tell me your dinosaur story. Tell me what you liked about it. Did you see it? Were you an adult and saw it while I was performing it in the 90s? Or are you a kid who grew up on it and you loved it? And I'd love it if you would post in the comments below, or the comments over here, wherever there's a decent comment, please comment in there and I'll read them. And then at the end of the month, we'll do a little giveaway and I'll send them out to you. If you're someone who appreciates your privacy and you don't want to give me your address, then that's going to be hard. So be sure that you want to give me your address and it'll be cool. I'll also show you a couple of other things that I thought would be nice. I probably should have had this ready, but you know, it's live. Okay, so here are some really fun things. These are some pins. This one I think is pretty fun. This is an official Disney pin too. I don't know if you can see it, but Disney's there. So we've got a couple of Disney pins I'll give away too. So there's that. This one, Mollosaurus. Those of you who like the malls, there you go. Charlene and Mollosaurus. Here's Not the Mama. I know many of you like Not the Mama. Hello, Fat Boy, which is Grandma's big line, of course. Those of you who know the show. This one here, Homework is the Tar Pits from Robbie. Aren't they cute? I think they're seriously cute. Yeah, let me see if I can get a little more. Nah, just reflects weird. But trust me, I'll shoot some photos of this and show you. And then, do you guys know what TV Guide is? Was? TV Guide, and then this one, which is Disney Adventure Magazine for kids. I don't even know if do they do this one anymore, guys? Anyway, these two books are up for grabs too. So that's what I'm doing. Calendar, buttons, one of these. Yeah. To everyone who's on YouTube and the live Facebook, and we'll give them away on a live near the end of the month. Okay. So yippee, goody, fun, dinosaurs. What you gonna do, right? I think they're pretty doggone adorable. And look at this one. It has this nice page. When was this done? February 1992, guys. And I'm more than happy to autograph it for you, should you be the winner and that's what you want. But here we are, talking to TV's hottest dinosaur family. And it has this cute little, look at how fun this is. Look at how fun this is. Wait, I want to keep it. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, it has a lot of it has a lot of nice things in here. It's not all about dinosaurs. So, you know, it's going to have other things. Look, it has other things in here. And it's in mint condition because that's how I roll. It's, you know, the cover isn't even broken. So you're going to be able to see, look, it's got a comic here. You guys know this magazine? If you do, post in the comments. Tell me more about it. Comes from, cleaning my garage. I told you the pandemic makes you do things. But anyway, isn't that cool? It's very cool. You got some comic in here. You got more comics in here. Look at that, more. And it talks about Disney adventures and more comics in the back. And then it looks like you get some sort of Earth survey and gaming. And it just looks like it's a cool book. So if it's something you think you'd like, and then the TV guide, you may remember, it says win $1 million. And because I wanted to keep everything intact, it's still here. Of course, the contest is over. You won't be able to win $1 million, but, but anyway, it's in there. And then there's a little thing right there. So there you go. That's our little giveaway that I'm happy to do and share with you. I thought you might like it. I've noticed other YouTube channels do these giveaways, and I thought, why not? I thought you'd like it. They are all from the 90s. The TV guide, because it came out every week. It basically says every week, but really down here in the fine print, it has July 2nd, 1991. How many of you were born after that? So if it's something, this is the April 27th to the May 1st one, and it says that up here. Anyway, if you've not known what a TV guide is, it was a booklet. I'll tell more about that later. But anyway, there it is. So if that's something you'd like to do, if that's something you'd like to have, tell me your story in the comments. You can message me your story. You can email me your story. Let me show you where you can email me so that you can, where is it? Well, I don't have it here. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on. Yes, I do. There it is. Okay. So you can email me, right here, your story, but we'll do the giveaway the end of the month. We'll do the giveaway, let's say Monday. What is that? The 22nd? How about Monday the 22nd? Or better yet, yeah, let's do Monday the 22nd. Yeah, Monday the 22nd. I'm going to write it down. 22nd. And then the 22nd for the YouTube/Facebook giveaway. Yay. And we'll do it on a Monday so it doesn't interfere with the AMA. It wouldn't interfere with the AMA. It would be wonderful. But yay. I thought you'd like that. I thought you'd like that to celebrate dinosaurs. Okay, so also let's talk a little bit about this the Disney being back in the news. My husband says that's reality, but it's fun reality because we want Disney to get ever so closer to opening up, right? Walt Disney World seems to be coming along with their opening, and it's because it's a larger park. So we're hoping that Disneyland can do that too. They figure it's probably going to be late summer of this year, and all of us, our fingers are crossed. But as the news is reporting, we are getting better and better with our behaviors here in Southern California, that they've opened up Buena Vista Street. So you guys can go there and shop and visit and do all of that cool stuff. So if you've done that, I'd love for you to share with me very much in the comments over here or here, what it's like. What did you do over the weekend? Did you have fun? Did you, find anything yummy? Some people said they had been to an antique store. And some people have shared with me some of the things they did. It was not a rainy weekend. Here in California, we had a very warm day on Sunday. And did you go to the beach? What'd you do? I stayed home. I'm a high-risk person, and actually my husband is. So I pretty much stayed in, but I did a lot of work because I'm working on, I think I mentioned, for those of you who are on YouTube, I think I mentioned that I'm working to optimize that channel. It took me 2 years to figure out how to upload. I know many of you who have YouTube channels are probably now laughing so hard you can't catch your breath. But it's the truth. It's the truth. One of the things my husband said, though, was just because you can't upload doesn't mean you can't create content. So we are now going through that content and wanting to post regularly. Those of you who have subscribed to the YouTube channel or have crossed my YouTube channel may have noticed that there is a YouTube that I have set to premiere, a little video that I've set to premiere for the month of March, I believe is when it's going to drop. And it's starting to tell you about it now. I didn't know how to do that about 3 days ago. I learned. So when in doubt, when you want to do something and you want to learn about it, I think YouTube is your go-to place, and you may find a guru on there that can help you out. And that is what I have found, and it's turning out to be very helpful. Now, I'm a very busy gal, and the reason I'm telling you this is not for you to go, oh, you're so busy, but to tell you that if you're busy, you can fit, if you find the right guru, you can fit this in between. I'm also a very slow learner when it comes to this media. So it takes mentors who have coached me. And one of them is Tim Gillette, who could be on here. He will tell you that it takes a few times to talk to me about it before it sinks in. And that's the truth. And so I have to take little bites. Okay. So for example, Tim Gillette, who is one of my coaches, he helps me out with social media, and thank God he did, because if you saw my first video, you would have been laughing hysterically because it was like totally weird and strange. But I did it. I just jumped on and did it. And I couldn't figure out how to make the camera horizontal like this. So I was sideways like this. And I just told people to turn their phone, lock it and turn their phone and watch it, because I couldn't figure that out. But I still went on. So my point is, you learn by doing. And the more you do, the more you learn, So if you're someone who would like to do live, or maybe you're not, maybe you're someone who just wants to post a video up, and I'm going to do more of these and that's why I did that one for March release, because as the content comes available, I'm starting to put them on the YouTube channel to announce when they're going to come up, so you guys can kind of plan better. I'm trying to help you because you have busy schedules as well, so that you can kind of plan if you want to see it. And of course, if you miss and you've subscribed, then it sends you a notification. So you don't even have to worry about it. Once it drops, they send a notification. This is all stuff that I've learned, and I'm very excited because the more I learn, the better and better I get in helping you. Especially here in the live, I also learned that I could let you know where my Instagram page is, because I can't always post to my website, which is also under construction. If your life sounds like mine right now, hello, this is the way it kind of is, right? You just kind of do what you can as you can and sort of breathe, because it's a crazy time, and perfection is a myth. myth, yes. It's just not real, is it? And it just keeps you from doing, so imperfection is special in itself. But I can't always post when I'm going to be appearing, because it happens quickly. A person will say, hey, I'm doing a podcast, wondered if you could get on tonight. So the best I do is post it on Instagram. So that's why I'm kind of telling you about the Instagram here. If you should decide to follow me on Instagram, then you will get those announcements quickly. Will I get better at posting them on the website? One can hope. And if it's a long version, like I'm going to be next week or the week after, one can hope. And my website, should you want to go and keep in touch with me, there is right here. You can sign up. I will give you, I think right now you get sketches that I've done. I've done some Disney sketches. So if you sign up to my website, you get some Disney sketches you can download digitally. Yeah, and I'm going to put some other things down there too. One of the things that I'm working on putting in there, you get to choose, like when you sign up, you'll be able to choose, possibly. But right now it's these wonderful sketches. I think I did some sketches of the sketches are of one of my art collections that Disney had me do when I was supplying collectibles for the Disneyland park, which I did. And I think those sketches are those. But anyway, you can do that by signing up here. And then you don't have to worry about being inundated with email, because I'm still trying to figure out how to work that. And even if I do figure it out, I'm not going to inundate you with emails, because did I mention that I get to be a bit busy? So one of the reasons live works for me is because I can jump on and give you the up to the minute as best I can. And I want to thank you for being a part of this. Okay. And doing that. All right. Okay. So let make that thing go away and get back to this. And let you know that over the weekend, I did a couple of things that I needed to do. And I'm working currently, my current project is the Hitchhiking Ghosts, which I mentioned before. And let me just see if I can, show you some fun photos. My husband did some beautiful shots of the ghosts here. And here is a little version of my blacklight ghost. Very moody. Aren't they fun? They're kind of eerie photographs of the blacklight ghosts. Isn't that a nice, creepy one? Look at that one. I absolutely love these ghosts. Love the look of them. Love the scariness of them. The whole 9 yards, I think, is pretty doggone fun and cool. Many of you probably didn't get to see. Let me just go to my albums, go to my ghosts. Ghosties, there they are. I'll go to the ghosts and I'll show you the clays. Okay, so basically, when I do collectibles for you guys to collect, I create a clay first. They're called impressions, and then I offer them to you for purchase. And I don't know if you got to see the clays, but you're very welcome to see the clays, and so you can kind of see what they look like. So here is a rough. Here's how I start. So let me just sort of walk through. This could be fun. This is a rough of I work in a clay called Chavant. Do I have some here? Just give me a minute and we'll see if we can. Yeah, here we go. Here's my Chavant. This is NSP, meaning it is sulfur-free Chavant. There it is here. Okay, so here's the name right here of the product, Chavant. And NSP means it's sulfur-free. So a lot of oil-based clays have sulfur in them. And this is fairly new. I have been working in a clay with Chavant. This says hard here, which means that you can touch your sculpture and it doesn't, the heat of your fingers don't necessarily affect it. But if you put it under a incandescent lamp, the kind with a light bulb, it will become pliable and soft. So it's really nice. I mean, it's like, you can hear it. Yeah. And it doesn't even dent this one. This is a super hard material. Yeah. I'll be doing more how-tos. Absolutely. But again, I wish I had a prehensile tail and I wish I had two of me, but wishes were horses, all men would ride. So there you go. But anyway, back to the ghost. This is how I start. This is in that Chavant in the brown terracotta color. I tend to like that color. I just happen to have the green that I could grab. And then you can see that at first, if you look at his legs, I was trying to get that lean that the ghosts have where their legs are apart. But I have this thing where I want you, if you're a collector of a particular character, to have it different. I want you, if it's a Terry Hardin version, I want you to be able to step back, look at your collection, and be able to pick mine out on the shelf instead of them all being the same thing. Lighted, not lighted, small, big. I know you love them all. I get it. But this is my thing. This is my little peevy thing, right? And I want to make sure that you get a ghost that looks different. So I started with this, and this is just playing to see how I want the overall figure to, the overall impression of the figure. Remember, I said it was impressions. Now, if we go here, you'll see that I've changed that. I've said, hey, I think I'm going to do him a little bit differently. I'm going to make him a little prouder. So you see here where he looks a little bit like, not in. And then you go here and he looks a lot, more dignified, wouldn't you say? I think so. I think so. Much more dignified. You got Gus in the background getting built as well. I work 3 at a time when it comes to the ghosts because I want their height relationship to work, right? Okay, here he is done. There he is. You notice that white eyeball? That's a bead. That's a nice thing when you want a perfectly round eyeball. Rather than trying to sculpt that perfectly round eyeball, see if there's a bead that works. That is a bead. And there he is. You'll notice that I wanted him to look like he was moving. So his coat looks like it's sort of blowing in the wind. Also, something I just wanted to do. Here's Gus, the sculpture of Gus. I really love Gus. I think that one of the things I did with Gus was to set down his ball. If you are a collector of the hitchhiking ghosts, that ball and chain, he's always holding the ball. And I think as a spirit, he was saying, Terry, could you cut me a break and let me put this heavy cannonball weight down? So that's what I did. Also creating a 3-point base so that he stands stronger. The 3-point base there. And then here's a side view. And you'll notice that there's actual chain there. Again, why reinvent the wheel when you're sculpting? You can incorporate things and then you can have your mold maker make it better. And there he is from the back. All about movement with me. I want them to look like they have been not frozen solid, but that they have, they look like they're in motion when you see them because they're spirits after all. And here's a side view right here of him. So you got all their views. Oh, that's a sketch. Let me go over here. We'll tell you about that later. But anyway, like I said, so now if you want to now see what the transition is from what you just saw, the clay, to the final product, here are the illuminating ghosts. There they are. So there they're all done. And you'll notice that not everything is lit. Okay. Notice around their feet, it's a little darker. Around their heads, it's a little darker. If you look at Professor Phineas, one of the things that's super cool about Professor Phineas is that you can see through his bag to his leg. That I wish I'd say was all planned because I'm an amazing artist. But the reality of it is, guys, it's a happy accident. It's something that just happened because when I was sculpting it, and this is what I love. They are like little specters floating in there and they just are gorgeous. They're also separate. Notice that their bases are separate. The reason I did this was because this is what you requested. So I did this because this is what you asked for. Why? And the reason you asked for it was because you had gotten tons and tons of them all together. Understand it's more expensive to do them. It's more costly. That's why their set is a bit of an investment. But that's because the electronics have to go in each and every character. And if they're all together, the electronics can be all in one thing. And, seriously, that's why it's done that way. It's easier. To do something separate each time is more work, more mold work, more, it's just more. So that's why. But you guys wanted them separate, and that's what I wanted to create for you. So these illuminating ghosts are just that. They are 3 separate ghosts. And then when you put them on your shelves, let me just find that for you. You can see how now this one has And many of you may have seen this before, maybe not. But here you can see that they look a little transparent. They look like little specters. Now you can see the edge of their base here because I have a light inside my cabinet. This is actually my curio collector's cabinet. And right here we have, yeah, they're just really lovely there. And then if I go to the next one, it's a little burnt out and I apologize for that. That's because I took it with my iPhone. But if I can, but these figures here are on different shelves and now the light is completely out. So you can see where you can tuck them in. That's what you requested, which was, can we tuck them into various crevices in various, in our shelves? And the reason you wanted to do this was because, of course, they're pranksters, they're stinkers, and I have not been completely unscathed by their stinkeriness. They have been, giving me a little bit of trouble. But it's all worth it, and they are very, very cute here. And whoops. And then there is the other version that I made that's a little more affordable. It's still an investment, but if you love these ghosts, this gives you the opportunity. And if it's something you want, feel free to message me or email me, terry@terryharden.com, and we can discuss it, okay? But no pressure at all. I just want you to know what I'm working on. That's what this channel is kind of about. And here you go. These are the black light versions. And as you can see, they're a little different from the illuminated ones because the light is coming from the outside, not the inside, which means we don't have to wire them up for illuminating. Aren't they precious? They're so precious. Yes, they are. So anyway, I'm very proud of them. And there you go. That's what I'm working on currently. Now, what maybe you're asking, and I will go over to your comments in just a couple minutes here. We're going to make this a little bit shorter because I have to. Okay, full disclosure. I was going to ship out the first set of 5 illuminating ghosts to their adoptive parents, but I was going to do this last weekend. Yeah, like the one that just passed. But as I was closing up my box, feeling quite proud because I was going to get them shipped out in January, I remembered I had not included batteries. And one of the promises I've made to you is that I'm going to not only give you batteries, but good batteries. So today I need to run down and get batteries for these guys. So I will ship them out tomorrow. You 5. You 5. And so I love you and I appreciate you being so patient, and you all are so, the first ones going out are always a bit of a challenge because I've got this checklist. I want to make sure they're packed properly. I want to make sure the batteries are in, the certificates in. I create this whole experience. And so I got to make sure everything that I promised you is in there. And I'm like, no batteries would have been not a disaster, but would have been very embarrassing on my part. So I wrote to a couple of you and said, hey, I know you're waiting. And I spoke to a couple of other of you. I'm a member of the Chalk Walk, and I'm getting ready to do a virtual walk, which was pushed back to May. And many of you, I was able to just say, it's going to take me a couple of days. I forgot to put batteries in. I'm sorry. Again, what did I say about not being perfect? There you have it. Not being perfect. There you go. But what's coming up? I want to do, well, there's been some suggestions, okay? Originally, I was going to do the Cheshire Cat next, and I think I'm still going to work on the Cheshire Cat, but we also have the Rolly Crump chess set. Many of you guys were asking about the Rolly Crump chess set. This week, after I mail the ghosts out, I'm going to give Rolly another call, and hopefully we can kind of discuss a few specific questions I have about the chess set. And then I'm going to get started on it, guys, and hopefully I'll have something to show you in the next few weeks here. But I also want to do some of my own work, so I've been doing that as well as to optimize the channel, the website, and my Patreon page. ABC, my Patreon page, to make it, I want to post more. I don't post a lot as much as I'd like to for my patrons. Luckily, we have 2 lives on either end, like I do for you, except for it's private. And then we have a Zoom call where you can actually chat with me, on Zoom. Yeah, where we actually get together and we just sort of talk. Yeah, let me see if I can find that here. Here it is. Here it is. So if you're interested in joining the tribe, Terry's tribe, go and check it out for $5 a month. You can have 2 private lives and also the Zoom, where I would ask you to be a part, if you want, of a spotlight so we can learn about you as well. But it's a team of very wonderful, happy people. And if you're finding yourself bored, it's a great way to be unbored. We usually talk for a couple of hours on these Zoom calls, mainly because there's a lot to discuss, and also because some people don't necessarily want to let me say that again. Not necessarily can they get on at 9 a.m. So if I go till 11, I've got some people coming in at 10. And that way they can be a part of the conversation at the last half, which is cool. Oh, thank goodness for protein drink. Okay, so there you go. Just wanted to shout that out to you in case you want to be a part of it, because it's a lot of fun and it's very cool. And yeah, we have a private page, a lot of very talented people, but also a lot of aspiring talented people who want to try something, be it writing a book, painting, drawing, mosaic, and then some are not even involved in this kind of artistic stuff. They may be able to help you with numbers, or they're artistic, or maybe they clean and they give you cleaning tips at a time when it's really important to know how to clean, isn't it? So it's everybody sort of sharing their expertise, and I did not design it that way. Originally, when I did the Patreon page, it was because there are at-risk kids, there are schools with limited budgets, there are clubs with limited budgets that wanted me to come and appear live and in person, and they're all over the United States and all over the world. By becoming a patron, you allow me to possibly buy my own ticket and get a message out to some very important situations that may not have that opportunity. That's all because of you on the Patreon page. So that really helps me, being a patron. And $5 a month, I give as much as I can. Now there's higher levels you can contribute to. And full disclosure, I'm not necessarily the best at getting the content out, but I do my best. Again, not perfect, but you don't have to join at those levels. Come join for $5 a month, and that's going to help me. This year with the pandemic, it has enabled me to make this system better. I worked last year to create a better system so that I could talk to you and show you things like I did just now that make it just a more entertaining venue. I can show you, things like my ghosts here, or, this is all because of you guys. This has enabled me to have a better channel, a better Facebook Live, so that you can be more entertained than just listening to my head talk all the time, So there you go. There you go. There it is, all in a nutshell. If you're curious about the chalk walk and you want to know more, just hit me up. Basically, ask the question. I will answer. You don't have to wait till Friday. But Friday, if you have a burning question, then just post it here, or just give a shout out. Leo Holzer, who's my go-to guy when it comes to getting those questions out to me. Bless his heart. This is a real cool thing. So yeah, and then I write down things as I remember them. And then let me share 2 more things with you, because it is the Hearts and Flowers month, isn't it? This is Valentine's Day. So if I may, I would love to share with you something if you're looking for an unusual gift for Valentine's Day. I'm just trying to think where they are. Uh, it's not always first and foremost in my brain, but let me see if I can find them. I'm reading now. Can you tell? I'm like, where do I go? Where do I go? I'm a tad lost. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I am digging here to see what I wanted to show you, and hopefully it will pop up quickly so you're not feeling like I'm um, making you crazy. I guess that's the only picture I have. This is kind of an early picture, but forgive me. This is not what this. I wonder if I have a better one. Just give me a minute. See if I have a better one in my phone. A better photo. All right, cool. All right. Let me see if I've got a better photo of it here. Because if I do, you're going to be a lot happier looking at it here than when I did before. Not sure I do have it. And then I have to thank you guys because you helped me find that cup for my husband, and boy is he happy. He is so happy, and it's all your fault. So thank you for sending that beautiful, for reaching out. That was Melissa Eiler. She actually got me the cup, and it looks like it's the same picture. So just know, guys, that this seam in the middle is not there, and the squares you see in the top. But this is a first day cover, and it is a Valentine's Day cover. So the stamp is real. It's the first day of issue, hence the stamp that you see on the side, Heart Blossoms first day of issue, January 10th, 2019. I hand illustrated and hand colored these. So it's a very nice thing that you might want to give for your sweetheart. Also, you may have also seen you may have also got to see, and I'm looking for them now. Good grief, I thought I had them in here. It's best to get this all queued up. But again, I'm not perfect. Maybe that's what I'm illustrating to you right now. Is my whoops, whoops, okay, here they are. These are a couple other options if you like trains. These are first day covers. They have 3 stamps on them that are official stamps. You cannot fake the stamps. You cannot put a facsimile of a stamp. It has to be the actual stamp on them. And this is Walt and Ward. You get 2 of them. They're very reasonably priced. If you know someone, a Valentine that you want to do a unusual gift to, you can do those. Or you can do Realm of the Dinosaurs. The top one is Realm of the Dinosaurs. And the bottom one is based on Silly Symphonies. I thought I wanted to do something whimsical. You get them both. They're $40 for the pair for both of those. So $40 for this pair and $40 for this pair. So if you want to do that, just let me know and like that. Okay. All right. So I have talked for close to an hour. Oh my goodness. It's short. So now I'm going to go over to the comments. And those of you who know how this works, usually when I go to the comments, I tell more stories. So if you got to go because you have a life, and it is now 10:19, almost 10:20, I get it. But if you want to stay and hear more stories, great. And if you are returning, please comment and let me know what stories you liked and what you'd like to hear in the future. Okay, here we go. Over to our wonderful how's everybody doing things. A lot of times there's good mornings, like Michael. Thank you, Michael. Angie, who's always like one of my biggest support cheerleaders. I got to say, Angie delights me as much as I seem to delight her, so I appreciate that. Found you early this time. Yes, you did, Bob. Good job. Thank you for the hug, Pablo. How are you, Pablo? It's good to hear from you. Awesome. Piggy, not the mama. You know how I love it. Yes. So remember, if you want some of that dinosaur bling, tell me a story. Tell me a story. Tell me your dinosaur story. Angie says they don't make shows like that. And let's see, like they use missed shows like Dinosaurs and the TGIF lineup. See, Angie is really knowledgeable because TGIF was what it was a part of on ABC called the Thank God It's Friday time. So, yeah, it was great. I was glad to be a part of that. I think Dinosaurs should be continued with today's references, especially since most of the references back then work now. Isn't that interesting? Because, Michael, that's exactly what I thought. As I started to watch the show, it was mysteriously, what's the word? Insightful, I think. Yeah. It was a little chilling. Wouldn't you say that, Michael? I thought so. So when you watch it, guys, you're going to wonder how they knew. Good morning. Love the thumb. Oh, thank you, Letty, for saying that. I appreciate that. Yes, we want to make it. Okay, so this is one of the things I did over the weekend was that thumbnail. Thank you, Letty, for saying that. And my husband is trying to help me. You know, he showed me all the YouTube, and it's lots of words, and some of them are very busy. And my eyes started to cross. But one of the things I wanted to do was to have an area where I could put a picture in the corner so that if you wanted to find this later and you remembered the picture, you could find it quickly. Because I may have mentioned this before, but those of you who are new and those of you who are seeing it for the first time, maybe on a second round or whatever, hit that subscribe, ring the bell, let me know what you're thinking. And I'll talk more about what you want to learn. But anyway, the thing is that I noticed that it was all me like this going, and I thought, how is anybody going to find anything? So I'm actually going to go back to those and pick a photo out of those and make it photo so it's referenced. It may not be as easily for me to remember. You may have to go through them a little bit, but at least from this point forward, and this is what I mean about being perfect. I'm not. Okay. And don't worry if you're not either, because like I said, it's a myth. Yes. And so because it's such a myth, you just start out and then you fix as you go along, you know? You can't possibly learn everything. And as you learn, you tweak it a little bit as you go along. And before you know it, it could be humming like a top, you know? And the other thing I'll caution you is that if you have good, solid listeners like I have with you guys, try not to get all obsessed with how many people are following you. You know, they tend to make that all about the following, I think. Well, I don't want to say YouTube's like that, but I think they are. I mean, everyone is because, you know, the more followers, the more perks you get, the more I don't know. I'm not there yet. But the point is that quality, and consistency is the best you can do, right? You're not going to put anybody in a headlock and go join the channel, give the, you know, you're not going to do that, and it wouldn't last if you did. So basically, you just want to provide your best content that you can, and then keep moving forward, and that's what I do. The reason I go so long is because out there in the world, there's a lot of stuff that is scary. And I want you to be able to come inside and warm yourself and hear some fun stories. So there you go. Thank you for saying that about the thumbnail, because I just am trying really hard. I'm working really hard and making it easier for you to find, like dinosaur contest. I didn't say that in the thumbnail, but when you see that picture with the dinosaurs on it, you'll know I mentioned it in there. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to do. So again, Letty, thank you. That touches my heart. Holly says, I'm really looking forward to rewatching Dinosaurs. It's been amazing. And I worked on the show. Okay. I am amazed at how great it is. I'm amazed at how the synchronicity between us as performers. There's a lot. There were 20 puppeteers on that show, I think. And we all meshed together and worked very, very well together. And I love how we synced, because you can have things like egos, and you can have things like personalities that kind of clash, but we somehow managed to be above that and make this fantastic show. And I had been working very hard. My one dream, if I may share it with you, was that I wanted to be on a hit TV show. I really wanted to do a hit TV show. And I had done a hit film, Ghostbusters, but I hadn't yet had a hit TV show, and I really wanted one. I wanted to know what that felt like. And I did pilot after pilot after pilot as a puppeteer. Pilot after pilot. I must have done a couple dozen pilots, and everyone, people said, this is it. This is the one that's going to do it. And they just, they just died on the vine. Some had a short run. Like I did a show called Oral Roberts Celebration. Oral Roberts is a TV evangelist. I don't think he's on now. If he is, it's probably on a special channel, a religious channel or whatever, a Christian channel or something. But he had a national TV show, and he thought it would be cute, swell, interesting if we did puppet characters on the show. And so we had a family called the Fudge family. Yeah, I didn't name them. And and that family was someone that Oral would come in and chat with us and talk to us about, God and stuff. And that went for I think we did a season, and then it died. So to get on Dinosaurs was just a dream come true for many of us that were on the show. And we worked very hard to make it very special. And so as you watch it, you will see. And then also let me ask you guys, if you watch it and you have questions, how was it like to work on those suits, or what was it like to create that synchronicity, or can we see the big one system? I'm not quite sure I understand how the puppetry works, or whatever you may want to know if you want some details. Like there's a show called When Food Goes Bad. And Kevin reminded me that I was the food in the refrigerator. I do Baby's Arms an awful lot, so I do not remember being inside the refrigerator as food, but I was. And the food escapes out of the refrigerator and just, spoils, and they become little stinkers, basically. It's a great episode. I did play out in the outside of the refrigerator in the living room, where we tie up Charlene and Robbie. I think we get those two tied up, and we're kind of crazy. But because I was Baby's Arms, I couldn't remember doing that sequence when Baby kind of talks to the food. I was inside the refrigerator, and some dry ice sort of hit me rather aggressively, and I screamed, and everybody remembers me going, yeah, during a take. Kevin sure did, and teased me about it on the Beretta Brothers show. And then there's a sequence where Baby likes sugar, and so he's left to himself. He makes the high chair walk across the floor, and then he jumps up. He takes a spoon and pops the refrigerator open. That's me. And then also Kevin and I did a sequence where we jump up and we grab the handle to open the refrigerator during When Food Goes Bad. So all of these things are team efforts. It's not just one puppeteer. So it has to coordinate between the three of us. And we did such a good job. I watch it and I go, wow, we were in the zone. So as you watch it, I hope you'll think about stuff like that, because it really makes it a lot more entertaining. Michael Corey, how the heck are ya? Hair reminds me of my Pippi Longstocking in this pic currently up. Here, I'll make it easier for you. There you go. Or an anime character. Let's all go. It's good to see ya. It's good to see ya. I remember that episode. Who manipulated the head and you worked the arms? Yes. So again, Kevin Clash, who did the voice of Elmo and the voice of Baby, operated the head, and then John Kennedy did the eyes and brows. How interesting using radio control. Yes. Well, we did this a lot. These are audio animatronic characters. That's the official name. And I did several films with this technique and this process. The problem is, and I did a movie with my dear friend Bruce Lanoyle, who was the face puppeteer for Charlene Sinclair. And we did a show called Theodore Rex. It wasn't that good of a show. Of course, kids yell at me when I say that, but it really wasn't. And where we went to film it was a little too close to the Los Angeles International Airport. And anytime the plane flew over, the face would just go, no matter what you tried to do, it would just go crazy because the radio signals crisscrossing. And any of you who know radio controls know that when an adverse signal comes in, you could lose what you're performing. So in the case of flying a plane, this could be disastrous because the plane can, and then did you ever see, I'm a big Clint Eastwood fan. Did you ever see the Clint Eastwood movie where there's a little radio control car that actually kills people? It drives underneath and then explodes. It's a Dirty Harry, but I couldn't tell you which one. But anyway, it's very interesting. And he's going after Harry with this car. And then there's some kids who are having trouble with their radio control car on the same frequency. And the car gets all messed up. So the killer is having trouble and the kids are having trouble. And it's interesting, but illustrated in both ways. So thank you for mentioning that, Michael. You'd love to see the mechanisms for the country bears. Okay, so maybe I will do that on the Ask Me Anything. If Leo's watching, I'm just going to tie my hair back up. If Leo's watching, he'll put that question in. Otherwise, I'll make a note of it and make sure I've got pictures of that country bear mechanism. I used to have a picture, and I'm going to look and see if I have it, of my big one box because I illustrated it on Dinosaurs because yesterday, Julianne Busher mentioned that, you kind of hung around the set because they'd go, hey, who's available to work a character? Who's available to work eyes? And sometimes they couldn't take, your resting area, your green room, if you will. They couldn't actually run out and get you. So if you stayed on set, so to occupy my time, because I have to have my hands moving, I was illustrating my big one box. So if I can find those Mech Plus illustrated box, I will see if I can get those for you for Friday. Okay. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Michael, it's so great. You're full of questions today. I'm going to connect you with a friend who's president of the Orange County Puppetry Guild. That would be lovely. Sure, COVID's over. They love to have you speak to their group. Thank you. I've spoken there and they were very enthusiastic to see your antique puppet collection. Michael, I'm very interested in seeing your antique puppet collection. So, did you have Pelham puppets? Do you remember those? I'm sure you do. Because I have a couple and just made me think if you maybe had some. Anyway, it's my question back to you, Michael. Okay, what is the large blue tail behind you? The large blue tail behind me, Michael, is my mermaid tail. I'm a cosplayer. I think I mentioned this. And I build costumes for people and myself. I think the best way to build a costume is to build it on someone who is going to wear it. And that would be myself most of the time. But I do build them for other people as well. And hold on, I'm just kind of looking to find out. Going to go to my albums again. There we go. And basically, I'll see if I can show you an example. What I really should do is find my poster because I was a mermaid for the Houston Symphony Orchestra for a couple of years. I was their poster child with that mermaid tail. She really should be gone. I was told when I built this tail in 1980, yeah, seriously, 1980, I was told that it was going to disintegrate after 10 years. And here she is, what, 40 years later? Wow. Yeah, wow. Yeah, she is quite phenomenal. And I'm very proud of her. And my husband said, she kind of clutters my shop, but the thing is that she deserves to be here because she's still going strong. Do I swim in the tail? You can swim in this tail. I'd love to find that video, but it's on VHS, which means I'd have to transfer it so that you guys could see it. We'll see if that's even possible. But I'm just trying to see if I have a mermaid image here. I'm not sure that I do. Something else you'll need to see. Yeah, it's not in there. Let's see if it's in this one. But I did a lot of cosplay because, oh, here she is. Okay, so I did a Worldcon in 1980. That's what she was for. And here I am. My hair was, you saw how my hair was in the Baby Sinclair where it goes off like that. So I could wet it down and make it all flat and then wear different wigs to be this character. So here she is. Here's my mermaid tail. And this is me by a swimming pool. It was the first time we tested it in this water. And it swam very, very well, but it was a little bit fluke heavy. That big fin in the back was a little bit heavy. Once I swam in the ocean, though, balanced out beautifully, which was what it was designed for. So there she is. There's the tail. There's an example of me as the mermaid. So anyway, that's my mermaid. And every so often, someone will ask, one of my friends is a makeup artist, and he used that tail with a model for a show. It's really heavy. It takes about 4 to 6 people to carry me or to carry a model in the tail because it makes you 7 feet long. And also, so on the land, she's a little cumbersome like most mermaids are. But in the water, and nowadays, which they didn't have back in the 80s, they've got these tails you can order for like $1,500, or it can be a spandex tail that's like, maybe $50, and you can be your own mermaid in the pool. And the new thing that they've created is a fin that both your feet fit in. And had that been available when I built her, I would have put it inside here. So if you're interested in seeing how I made her, look at my hand. Anyway, if you're interested in seeing how I built her, it's actually what got me my job at Imagineering was they saw the process of how I made this mermaid tail. And so if that's something you're interested in, comment, see, because I can't read your mind. So comment, and thank you for that. Thank you for asking me about her. She's lovely. I love the Dinosaur show, says Michael. Was a tween back then. My friends taunted me, didn't care, loved good entertainment, though I watched this before we met. And through Philo, yes, Philo, designer of The Little Mermaid. Now I'm so proud to know that you were one of the puppeteers on my favorite show. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But that happens, right? One of the things about being a puppeteer is that not everybody knows you're doing the shows that you're doing unless you tell them. So you kind of get to keep you're not actually getting people talking to you all the time because they don't know what you've been unless I tell you I've done Ghostbusters, Men in Black, etc., and work with people like Michael Jackson and Dolly Parton. You don't know, right? Because I haven't told you. So Michael has a good point here. He has a very good point. Thank you for saying that. Yes, I'm interested in the calendar. Other dinosaur treasures. Remember when I asked you to sign the print of my daughter nose to toes with a large, I do, Peggy. And that was great. The adventures booklet is so cool. And the buttons. Yes. So write your story to me, or your kids write a story or whatever. And we'll pick and we'll give away those things to you right here. Just write a nice little note to me. You can send it, to me at terry@terryharden.com. You can post it, in the comments over here and under here, I'll see it. So thank you for being a part of it in advance. I forgot about Adventures Magazine. I had that when I was a kid. I know, right? Now it's funny because Holly, I didn't know about this magazine. And the magazine in question, I'll be giving away a copy, is this one right here that is about dinosaurs. And it was done. Yeah, look, it's $1.95. When is a magazine ever $1.95, guys? Really? February of 1992. And it is my personal collection. Of course it is. I mean, I'm kind of gilding a lily here, but look at how pristine it is. I mean, it's not even like, there's no, that's because I am kind of anal with my books. Sorry for the word, but I don't like to break the backs of books, and I'm I get really weird about it. So, but the good news is you're going to get a pristine copy of this. You win this. You're going to get it. So, hit me up and let me know. Michael says, good morning again. Good morning, Michael. And gotta love them. Giveaways are cool, says Bob. Yes, Bob. Here's an opportunity if it's something you want. If it's something you want. I really like the drawing of you in the upper right corner. Who drew that? I did. That's my logo. Yes, that's my logo. And guess what? It's trademarked. Yes, I'm a trademarked artist. That is trademarked. My signature is trademarked, as well as my name being trademarked. And if you're an artist and you have the ability to invest in being a trademark artist, it is life-changing. I will tell you that. It has done a lot for me. And I'm surprised. So, God brings those to you that you need to talk to. And I'm just really grateful for that, because being a trademark artist has been very, very helpful to me. I will say the pandemic, just like everybody else, I got a little kick, Oh, am I going to get up? I guess I am. But it's all good. We're on the home stretch and it's going to be great. But yes, that's my logo. And this is StreamYard. This is what I'm using. I love it. I'm not perfect. I know I keep saying that, but if you guys want to do this stuff, I want you to be able to do it. So up here, if you are testing out StreamYard for free, there's a cute little photo of a mallard duck, because the mallard duck is the StreamYard logo. And I got a little attached to the mallard duck, and the StreamYard folks told me I could keep it if I wanted. But I decided I wanted my own logo up there, as many do. And now I'm learning from my YouTube guru that there's a way to make this sort of a hot link to something. So it's not that yet, but stay tuned. Little bit. Don't have to eat it all at once. Just, you ever heard the book, Eat That Frog? You kind of eat it at a toe at a time. Not stuff the whole frog of life in your mouth. So there you go. That's kind of it. Thank you for saying that, Michael. I was young adult when Dinosaurs aired originally and loved the humor along with the intelligent political and yes, can I even talk? Commentary. I still giggle up Baby Sinclair saying, not the mama. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Lisa. And again, yes, I know. I love it too. My husband and I rewatched the series on my DVDs last year and loved, yeah. And Lisa brings up a really good point. Thank you, Lisa, about still getting your DVDs while they're available, because should Disney Plus decide to pull Dinosaurs down, you can still get your fix. I'm speaking from my own experience, okay? I have every Disney movie because I do private commissions for people. I sculpt private commissions for people. And if they mention a character that I don't know, like, for example, this silhouette over here, I don't know if you can see it. It's so dark that you might not be able to see him. But right here, this little guy right there is a dragon from one of the latest Disney movies and films. And I can never remember his name. And he is hilarious. He moves around. And the other day, someone wondered where he went. but it's a little dark right now, so you can't see him over there. He's above my drawing table. That's one of his favorite perches. He's kind of a funny little character. It was given to me by a sweetheart of a patron on my Patreon page, and it was so darling, but I can't remember him. So my point is that I can have the movie. So if you talk about a character that I don't know, I can pull that movie, watch that character, get the feel of that character, and create that character for you. If it's someone that is rare and you haven't seen it and you really want it. That's why I keep those movies. Not to mention that I can watch my favorite whenever I want. Disney Plus is a great way to watch them now, but if Disney ever decides to pull them for any reason, then I still want to be able to watch them. So, you know, I want my own control. So that's why. I remember when they showed you how to make horizontal, you were so happy. Yeah, Bob, I've got to find that first video because I think that is really telling. I think it's really telling. So originally I shot my videos on the iPhone, right? And I had it like this, but it was vertical. It was supposed to be like that, like, this. So there it was. And then it's trying to tell me to do something. But I wanted it to be like this, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I asked Tim Gillette, okay, my coach, and he basically said, you go into Facebook, you hit live, and then before you do anything else, you turn it and let it write itself. Seriously, it was that simple. Because what I was doing was it was vertical, and I was inputting like the title and making sure it was flipped the way I wanted or whatever. Went into all the settings and everything. Well, once you do that, it locks it into that position. So what you do is you go live, you hit live, and once it pulls up the screen for you, turn it and wait for it to write itself, and then boom. But I don't do that anymore because thanks to my patrons, I was able to create a system that I can move around and show you what I want to show you in a better way. So that's what I love about this system, is that I can just show you what I want to show you, which is cool, which is very cool. Like the mermaid that Michael Corey asked about. How was I not signed up? Oh, Angie, we'd love to have you, girl. Go over there and check it out. Oh my goodness, you would have so much fun. You would really, really love it, especially the Zoom call. I mean, we talk about everything under the sun. Of course, the last Ask Me Anything was great because we got into this conversation about Godzilla, of all things. And that was super cool. I went in and told my husband, hey, there's people out there that are Disney people that love Godzilla too. And I was like, oh, that really touched my heart. So yes, I'd love it. Late cleaning day is an everyday cleaning day, Nate, especially during COVID-19, because cleaning day, you're living, you're in the home, you're not going anywhere, you're seeing the clutter, right? So all of a sudden you go, oh, it'd be so great if this was organized. And I also have to say that my husband, I can't wait for him to see a clean surface in that garage because I think he's going to burst into tears. He's been dying to see a free little table space, and he saw the organization yesterday and he was touched by that. But I'm about to blow the doors off that thing and really, rock his world. And I know he's going to be super, super happy to see it. So, yeah, so that's kind of, you got a family member. He would like a less cluttered house, truth be told. And I'm one of those people that thinks it's homey if it's a little bit, chaos. But he's a good guy, and he just hangs in there with me, and I really appreciate it. Why, Joseph, hello, good morning. Just got in from shoveling snow. Oh my goodness. It looks like hot outside. We're getting up to 18 inches. Oh my gosh. Are you bragging again? Oh my goodness, guys. I know when you look over here and you see sunshine, you think we're bragging, but I would love to see some snow. Now, truth be told, our Big Bear Mountain, and that is one thing that's nice about California, we can go to the beach and in the same day go to the snow in certain situations like now. With the pandemic, though, we have to be very careful. A lot of appointments are being made, et cetera, so on and so forth. So we have to be careful to make sure that we stay safe. But other than that, that's happening. We got a lot of snow, and in our mountain areas, in our mountain regions. And so a lot of people are going up there. Me, I'm staying home. But if people feel strong enough to go out there or compelled to do it, the power of ice compels you, then then go for it. Because I'm with you, and I'll just live vicariously through you. So Joseph, thank you for sharing that. That's kind of exciting. Could you post some pictures? I'd love to see them. Perfection takes time. I'm sure the ghost parents understand, and we all know it'll be worth the wait. Thank you, Angie. Angie, that's very nice of you. But yes, it is worth the wait, but I like to be on time. And you can't control what you can't control, Things happen. I can't control it. It's best to come clean when you're in a situation like this and let everybody know it. If you've ever backed a Kickstarter project, you know what I'm talking about. Because in Kickstarter, that project, you can back some really wonderful projects, but the reality of Kickstarter is they do have no obligation to create them. They don't have to do it. It's mainly their integrity. Once you give that money, the money's gone. So luckily, the builders and creators on Kickstarter have an obligation to, do well by you. And of course, if you were that kind of a person who got on there and then you left, you wouldn't be able to go on again if you created something magical. So of course that's not the norm. But Kickstarter does warn you, if you're going to back it, that you back it with the idea that it may not make it. And sometimes people just get overwhelmed. They do the best they can on this Kickstarter project to make it so that they can go to the next level once they get the capital that you've invested in. Kickstarter is so fun in this area. It's another place I have to not go in like a bookstore because I love backing people. But the situation is this: sometimes something happens and they just can't get it to work. We've had a couple of situations like that. The guy just comes clean, apologizes. I spent all the money trying to make it work, and now I have none left, and nobody, it happens. So it's helped me to be more understanding with my manufacturers who are doing the light works inside my ghosts, that if they run into a problem, as long as they come to me and let me know, then I'm going to do the best I can to work with them, especially at these times, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness, there's Liz. I'm at work. Always miss Mondays when I cannot listen. Well, we're glad you are working and taking care of people. So I'm glad you popped in to say hello, Liz. It's always a pleasure to hear you and see you. Good morning. Super late today. Always fun when unexpected things come up. It's Monday, Bonnie. Lord have mercy. It's Monday. I felt the same way this morning when I woke up and said, you got to be kidding me. Not on Monday. But Mondays are crazy, and I get it. I'm with you. Mondays are just, so it's Monday, Bonnie. I don't know if you're going to use the Monday excuse, but for me, Mondays always are. I never quite know what kind of a dragon Mondays are going to be. Is it going to be a nice, sleeping, cuddly dragon, or is it going to bear teeth? And lately, it's been a toothy dragon, and I just hang on the tail for dear life. So, and the good news is you can go back and watch later, and I'll be here for you. Absolutely. There you are, Adam. Welcome. How are you? Adam just joined, as did Bonnie, the Terry's Tribe, and I'm so excited for you guys to jump on the Zoom call Wednesdays at 9. So I hope you will join us there. And if anyone else wants to, go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/Terry Harden, and check it out. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. Anyway, Adams has been continuing Dinosaurs rewatch. See, it's like we're all in the theater, but we're spread out, right? So Adam's over here watching. I'm over here watching. Bonnie's up there watching. Someone's back there watching. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. Knew the series still held up, but it's honestly still more funny than I remember it. It was my favorite moment being with Roy is talking to Baby about his little arms and wishes for big arms, and Baby accepts him for who he is. Absolutely. Roy, I'm so glad you brought this up, Adam, because Roy turns out to be such a lovable, warm, wise character. He's just so magnificent. I was on camera with Ponsmar yesterday celebrating the dinosaurs, background characters and side characters, what I call the salt and pepper of the show, and told Pons that, Roy was just the two of them making Roy who he is, just a warm and fun, um, very, very lovable, awesome character. And it was great to see him in action again. Pons later gets to do a puppet character and he says, "Oh my goodness, I have arms." Yay, I have arms. So Pons, who's inside the suit and has been with Henson for a long time, well before I joined. And also he was the coach for suit performers of the show. He was their coach in helping them to make what's in their body read outside in the suit. So Pons is a magical guy. He was also in several shows that you may remember, Ponsmar. So Google him. You'll find that he has done some magical. Return to Oz was another one that he worked on, and I think also taught them as well. But he's amazing, and everyone is amazing. Everyone on the show is amazing, and it was amazing to see how well we worked together. It was magical, and at the time, I knew it was magical, but now, is it possible for me to appreciate it more? I'm kind of thinking, yeah, it's so cool, and I'm so glad that you get to share it with a generation that might not have seen it yet. So yay. Also, Adam, I'm doing a giveaway. So I'm giving away some cool of my dinosaur collection. So write your best story and post it in the comments or send it to me via email or my Instagram or whatever you want. And I'm going to pick a few. Okay. Okay. And thank you for sharing that. I really, really appreciate it. Also just finished the sex. Yeah. See? So here I am talking about what sexual harassment, and he just finished that episode. Holy cow, is it still relevant? It's a little chilling, isn't it, Adam? I remember sitting there thinking, woo, big time back then. And now, woo, just, I'm with you on that. I was also very surprised how dark yet uplifting the ending of Endangered Species episode was. Yes, that one won an award. I actually mentioned that on the Beretta Brothers yesterday, that Endangered Species won an award for being so forward thinking, I think. We also caught a little bit of flack for that episode too, Some like it, some don't. Oh, well, can't please everybody. Another message that I'll impart to you right now. Can't please everybody, so please don't dwell on the negative comments. If you get anybody negative, just say, they can change the channel if they don't like it. You're welcome to not like it as long as it's not, a person doesn't make it personal, right? If you like something that they don't, just don't make it personal. Have a good, strong debate, and it can be a lot of fun as long as you keep, the digs at the person out of it, right? You just talk about the issue, whatever that issue is. Joseph says, I have Dinosaurs on DVD, but hasn't watched them in years. I should start watching them. Yes, you should. You are going to be very pleasantly surprised. As Adam has just said, he was, and myself as well. Adam says, also impressed how you were able to operate Baby's tiny arms. Yeah, he's not that tiny, but yes. I think really based on your compliment is in Baby's arms, it was where I had to perform this character that became very interesting. There's one where Baby's being potty trained. Yeah, that was a real interesting experience. The toilet is only so big. And if I can find the picture of someone who had taken a picture of me and Brian Henson inside the toilet bowl, that was a really interesting shot. I don't know if I have it still, but if I can come across it, you bet you'll be the first to see it, okay? It's pretty wild because Brian did do puppeteering of Baby often. In fact, switched at birth when we have two babies. Brian Henson did one and Kevin did the other. And at times we had to switch because sometimes Kevin had to do our Muppet people, Kevin, Steve Whitmire, gave goals, etc., had other obligations, and we sort of, like the shell game, we moved around. Yeah, and that's what a talented team does, is you kind of take over for the one that you really care about, you know? So, have a nice week, Deanna. Take care of that foot, and I can't wait to hear your report. Be well, be safe, and don't forget on our Zoom call to show me some of that cool stuff your husband collects. I can't wait. Tim Gillette, did you hear me talking about you, my friend? My captain, talking about the patience you have with someone who needs to be told at least 3 times things to do for their channel. And I also mentioned, Tim Gillette, that you are the one that helped me to understand how to shoot this way. How to shoot horizontal. Boy, I've come a long way. Thank you, Tim. And if you are someone, let me just do a plug for Tim, okay? I'm sure you know that I want to, so I'm gonna. Tim Gillette has an amazing blog and video. Just Google blogandvideo.com, and you can learn about how you can blog, how you can do video. He has presentations every month. Full disclosure, I don't always make them, but he's always in my heart and he's always in my head. And I'm a touch spoiled because I'm in his mastermind. And if you don't know what a mastermind is, you can ask me about that and I'll explain it. But basically, it's when you get with the guru, you get time with the guru like Tim Gillette, and they give you a little special instruction. And boy, I'm grateful for it, because when it comes to this sort of stuff, guys, I'm 63 years old and I'm not that good at it. I'm getting better every single day. And that is because of people like Tim Gillette. So it's good to have a guy or group in your corner. Stephen, did you see WandaVision this weekend? It's getting more complicated. Stephen, boy, is it. Nini! Thank goodness my husband keeps track on the episodes dropping, because I completely forget. And oh my goodness, I had to watch this one twice, and my husband kind of had to walk me through it a little bit, because it was a lot of data. Oh, not data, a lot of input. I really enjoyed it though. Oh man, it was so, I just love that show. And that too, guys, is on Disney Plus. And it is wouldn't you say, Stephen, a Marvel-based show, because you've got Vision, and then you've got his lovely, what do they call her besides Wanda? Anyway, Wanda and her husband. And if you guys are Marvelites, you know all of this already. I'm not. But the thing I like about WandaVision is it includes me. It doesn't leave me out in the cold trying to figure out anything. And if I can't figure it out, I just turn to my husband, who's a Marvelite too. So it's great if you're someone who's just a little bit into it because you love your significant other, spouse, etc., and you want to watch it. But this one actually pulls you in. I can't wait till next episode drops. I usually wait till they're all done, but it's something we watch every Sunday, because that's our family day. So my husband always pulls it up and we watch it, and it's fabulous. Sometimes Saturday, because my husband can't wait. But it's really cool. So Stephen, you're right. Ooh, it's kind of fun. And we're not going to talk too specifically about it because you guys want to check it out. What episode was that, Stephen? I can't remember. But what was it? 4, maybe 5. But you guys can binge it if you want. It's really cool. Peggy says she'd love to see how I made that tail. All right, Peggy, I'm going to put that in my show mermaid tail process. What happened, I'll tell you in very quickly. I still have a little time here. Process, P-R-O-C-E-S. I learned how to spell as well. So Peggy, what happened was that I've always wanted to build a mermaid tail since I was a little girl. I mean, quite frankly, who hasn't? And I was using foam latex being the material that most of the puppets and dinosaurs were built of, and also the hand puppets. And also Yoda, the original Yoda, and Star Wars was made with foam latex, et cetera, et cetera. But it floats. It has a lot of air in it, and the tail could not go underground. Enter an amazing movie that's over 30 years old, Splash, with Daryl Hannah. When I saw that, the room stretched for me. I saw her swim underneath. I read everything I could about it, and it led me to an amazing creative man named Robert Short. Then, as luck would have it, and remember, I told you God offers opportunities. You just got to go through. He puts the people in front of you that you need to see. Ba-bam! I'm working on Ghostbusters, and around the corner at his desk was Robert Short. So I introduced myself. Robert did a lot of the model and creative work on Ghostbusters, as well as 2010, which was in the same building. I chatted with him briefly and said I wanted to take him to lunch and learn about the mermaid tail. And he basically told me that I couldn't do it, that it was too complicated. It was very hard to make it work. Daryl had to go 40 feet underwater and use a rebreather in order for it to work properly. And I kept saying, the gauntlet has been thrown. All I heard, I'm one of those people that when they say you can't do it, all of a sudden you're like, okay, I got to do it because you've challenged me. And sure enough, he told me what the materials were, and I did it. And he also was shocked to see that my mermaid tail still exists after 40 years, because they just don't. What is the secret? Not the material, but I put in a spandex fabric sock that I built for it. And then when I poured the material, which is a Skinflex 10, I don't even know if they still make it. Maybe you do. It adhered to that fabric, and I think that's why she's still here today, because the fabric is helping her stay together. But it's a beautiful tail. It's easy to put on. You can do mine above the water, not like Daryl's. I did not have to go 40 feet below the surface. I can sit on a rock and still look cool, as you saw from the swimming pool. So not only did I build a fabulous tail, but I did it. This girl did it all by herself. Nah, not completely. I had help from Jim Leonard and Jim McGeechee, who did Star Trek and several other amazing things. They helped me to do the mold and stuff. So they helped me to build. They helped to take a cast of my body. So Peggy, I will show you, and you will get to see these two amazing men who helped me, and you'll have it. Yeah, absolutely. Did you also get to work with Faz? I may have had him, but faces are better with me, but I'm pretty sure I did. I just am better with a face than I am a name, except for Dan O'Quinn. Dan and I go way back. Dan knew me when I did my very, very, very first break into puppets. Huh, Dan? Dan's amazing. If that's what happened using radio controls around airplanes, the indicative of FM and AM radios can't remember if PCMs were out by then, but they should have had PCM. Yes, he's speaking a language I don't know, but he's that smart. Yes, Dan O'Quinn, very smart. Dedicated channels and can't be interfered unless you had the same crystal for the channel. AM FM radios were cheaper, but very problematic. Yeah, it was hilarious. And honestly, probably the situation with Dinosaurs is this dedication you're talking about. But in Theater Rex, nah. I can tell you they did the AM FM thing. It was a budget. You ever want to hear those stories? Just, put them in the question. Put them in the comments. Tell us about T-Rex. And Steven says he knows Faz. See? So look what you did. Look what you did, Steven. Henry says, loved revisiting Dinosaurs, Disney Plus, such a great series, still holds up today. Hope you're well. Would love to have you come back to talk to my students sometime. I'm in. Just message me. Of course, I'd love to do that for you. Of course I would. I would. I would. You have got a great group of people. And this is one of the things I'm talking about, that we went via, Zoom or what are they calling it now? Online, virtual, and talk to people, and we do the best we can. We do. And thank you for saying that, Henry. It's so sweet of you to even tune in. Makes me feel very special, y'all. All y'all make me feel very special. Adam says Disney Adventures magazine was my favorite magazine. I owned it all the way up to its final issue. When was that, Adam? Do you remember when the final issue was? Because I was trying to see if they were being made. I didn't think they were being made. But I would be very curious as to when it finally went away. Because honestly, it's not something I collected. I just took this one because it was Dinosaurs. And I think it's a lovely magazine. It's really cool. It was my second ever magazine subscription behind Game Informer. Oh, you're adorable. I have a ton of old Disney Adventure magazines in my garage. Yes. Did you guys ever hear about a magazine called Heavy Metal? I have those issues. Those used to blow me away. I liked Heavy Metal because of the art. The art in Heavy Metal was bar none. And then many of you may remember there was a movie called Heavy Metal based on the magazine. And it had amazing artists like Mobius in it. And Roger Dean. Yeah. Oh. I love that. I love that magazine. Love it. And then I think I might have a couple of Omnis. You remember Omni? Yeah. Dating myself now. But anyway, fun magazines. Yes, thank you for jogging my memory, Adam. Flintstones is a lovely movie to look at. However, you said you're about story. What did you think about the script? I love the Flintstones. The first one especially with John Goodman was really, really special to me. Everybody was so good, but John, and I think I mentioned that I scared poor John Goodman to death and he didn't talk to me for a very long time. And now we're friends, thank God, because I took an opportunity that opened and apologized for my silly behavior that I assumed he would enjoy. And it scared him. It frightened him. If you want to know that story, AMA. But anyway, ask me anything. Anyway, I really like that set of that group of people. That was cool. It was cool. I learned some stuff. Our lead puppeteer was Anthony Ashbury, who talked with a British accent, but wasn't anywhere near British. He was from Texas, y'all. But he talked about owning your personality, whatever that personality might be, and believing in yourself. And if you want to hear more stories about how I learned that from Anthony, just got reinforced. I'll happy to share that with you because he's a marvel. That guy is a marvel. Don't know what he's doing now, but what a marvel. The amazing Anthony Ashbury. Yes. Joseph Yakovetic, how the heck are you? Now, this video that I told you I have scheduled for March to pitch talks a little bit, it talks about something that's coming up in September, and it involves also my good friend Joseph Yakovetic right here, who is an amazing artist. He's really good. Michael, I drew it. Thanks. I love Terry. I love you too. And if you ever want to be on my Patreon page, all you have to do is go there. That's great, Joseph. I was going to suggest to Terry that she use that in one of her books. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This one is not the one you drew. This one is mine. The one you drew is over on my wall. I should pull it if you want to see Joseph's, but I drew this one, fully copyrighted, fully trademarked. Yeah, but he drew one that's really cute too. That's over there. I'll pull it up. Just ask me and I'll pull it up and show you. Yes. One of my books. Yes. Well, this here, which is my sketch. This here that's my sketch is on t-shirts. I've actually done t-shirts. It's not on a book yet, but we are starting now that I've had it trademarked. It is moving forward. But I'll have to show you, Joseph. It's just as sunny and delightful, but it's not that one. Adam says, I'm still surprised the entire Disney Animation features is on Disney Plus, except for Make Mine Music. Missing link between the three Caballeros and fun and fancy free. Man, you're knowledgeable. aren't you? And it's weird because there was nothing inherently bad about the film, he says. And I just assumed that either A, they forgot about it, neglect, B, because it happens to share the same release as Song of the South. Maybe that has something to do with it, and just limits on the archives, or C, music. I don't know, Adam, and keep us posted on that, because I couldn't tell you with that. This is why I reach out to people like you, because I can't know every artist, can't know every character. And I know Joseph can weigh in on this. We lean on you to learn about the love of the character, because then we can execute it in a positive way, even if we don't know it, or maybe our feelings about it aren't the same, you know? So we lean on you guys for characters. It's good to invest in physical relief, ladies and gentlemen. Ba-bam! You're so sweet to prove my point. I'll send Iowa snow. I'd love that. Oh my goodness, I'd love that. We thought Burbank might get a little snow because we got very cold this last front that moved through. And where I live, it's hilarious because people build ice snowmen. So it's not quite snow, not quite hail. It was something in the middle. Very rare happens. And our snowmen that we build here in Southern California are about this big. But we sure do love to do it when we get the chance. Bear with me on Zoom chat. My laptop is currently being repaired because Wi-Fi issues, but hopefully I'll still appear in the near future. We'll be waiting for you, Adam, and we'll welcome you with open arms. So can't wait to see you. Adam also says, I can't understand why people wouldn't like Endangered Species, especially because of that ending. I can understand why people wouldn't like Endangered Species, especially because of that ending, but the final scene made up for it. Plus, it sets the tone for what we expect in the series finale. Yes, and yesterday on Bill Beretta, the BerettaBrothers.com, Bruce Lanoyle, who did the voice, not the voice, but the performing of Charlene Sinclair, and then did a lot of great voices for background characters as well as puppets. One of my favorite characters that Bruce Lanoyle performed is the exchange student. You see that character, oh gosh, he's hilarious. And Bruce does the voice and the personality, and it is just darling. It is just great. That's Bruce Lanoyle, guys. But he says the series finale is not on Disney Plus. They give you the entire show, but they do not give you the series finale, which we were all surprised to hear. I have not got that far yet. But confirm or deny it if you could for me, Adam, would you? That would be very, very interesting to see. Adam says he loves WandaVision. Then again, I love MCU as a whole. As a whole, it's my jam. I know it is. I could tell, Adam. I could tell. And that's why I love hearing from you, talking to me as you do, because you're of the Marvel, you're of this whole universe. And it's very delightful to hear your experience and stuff. And honestly, it's not something that I'm crazy about, but like I told you, I love Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. If it's in there, I'm so happy to be able to watch him do his thing. So Scarlet Witch. Yeah. My husband told me this. It's kind of a weird name, isn't it? Scarlet Witch. I kind of like Scarlet, but Witch, I don't know. It is what it is. I just think she deserves a better name. Vision is a cool name, you know? Hello, John. Miss you. Did I post a picture of us yesterday? Because last week in January 2020, I was in Florida visiting friends, and it was so wonderful. And that's the last time I traveled there. So I posted a picture of John and I. We went to Pandora. We went to Yak and Yeti. Man, we had a good time. You're not wrong about Theodore Rex. No, I'm not. Wish I was. I did the Dinosaur Land singer in that, and my dear friend Bruce Lanoyle performed T-Rex. So again, Bruce and I go back. Alan and I go back. We were kids together dreaming, and it was cool. It was really cool. Yeah, we talk a little bit about that, but I don't remember if that was on camera or not with the Beretta Brothers. It might have been after. But anyway, Disney Adventure Magazine ran all the way up to 2007. I didn't know it was the final issue, which was the sad part, says Adam. They converted it to Sports Illustrated for Kids. What? That doesn't seem to make sense to me, Adam. Did it you? Which is what's not good. Incidentally, I'm friends with someone and works for heavy metal currently. Is heavy metal current? And could your friend tell me, is that first issue of Heavy Metal Magazine worth anything? Do people still collect that first issue or any issue of their magazine? Or if he's working for heavy metal and maybe heavy metal doesn't have a fairly pristine early issues of it, they're welcome to reach out to me. I would love to get them to someone who would really appreciate them. So that would help me out if you would talk to your heavy metal guy and maybe he could give me some advice. I would appreciate that. Right? Yeah. Joseph says Disney Plus is already starting to remove some questionable films from children's playlist content like Dumbo and Peter Pan and placing warnings on some. Isn't that sad? You know, if we erase everything, we could repeat it. I think the warnings are good. I think the warnings are, hey, this was done at a time when the mindset was different. I enjoy seeing films. You know, when someone like Cicely Tyson, for example, says, I don't want to do any films that portray Black people in a bad way. Well, if I wasn't able to go look at films where Black people are portrayed in a bad way, and I'm new to this world, I may not understand what they're saying. This was not great. And many of all races, mixed races like me, strive to make it better. But you want to go back and see those and go, wow, I had no idea. Films like The Jazz Singer, which will really blow you away because it's a guy in blackface. It's the first voiced film. Man, when you see it, you go, how did that ever get through? But it was a different time. Different attitude, not a good attitude. Segregation, Rosa Parks having to sit at the back of the bus because she was Black, not anywhere she wanted. All of this needs to stay in our minds, and we need to be able to go back and see it so that we don't repeat this. We might not repeat it with Black people, but we could repeat it with someone else who's a little different. And you know what I'm saying, right? Right. So that's my stand on it. You don't have to watch it if you don't like it. And the warnings are a good idea, so you're not surprised. But I want to go back and be reminded because I think it's good for us. It means it won't happen again. And I don't want it to happen again, ever. The series finale, Changing Seasons, is on Disney. The only thing is that it was released in production order. So it's episode 7 of season 4 and not the final episode. The final episode on that list is actually the episode where Earl fights the Barney parody. Okay. All right. Thank you, Adam. I haven't gotten that far. I have not gotten that far. So I will let Bruce know. So thank you for telling me. You are a wealth of information. Correction, Joseph. Those films are still on Disney Plus. They just removed it from the family section, but you can still watch them. It just has content warnings in the front. Peter Pan and Dumbo, etc., are still on there, says Adam with happiness. Good. Warnings are okay. Okay? Warnings are okay. Because people, there's different mindsets today, from back then and even back farther. I still think Song of the South should be able to be seen. Put the warning on the front, but let people see what all of the controversy is around Song of the South. How can you know, if you've never seen Song of the South, what the controversy about Song of the South is? Because when Song of the South was made, different world. I'm not saying it was a great world, but it was a different world and it was allowed. So take a look, let you make your own judgment. I don't think a person should take it away and not let you see it. Just warn you, this is the way the world was, and so on. I remember Kevin Clash would talk to me about collecting uh, advertising that was very derogatory in the early, he'd have to tell me, very early, where it was a lot of blackface to represent Black people. And it was on tubes of hair stuff, toothpaste, all kinds of different products. And he collects those because he feels the same way. You want to look at this and realize how far it can go if you don't start to rectify, fix it. Yeah. Yeah. So again, that's my feeling and I'm sticking to it. Is it true that there is a crowd outside Disney headquarters right now to make you a Disney legend and then to Washington as a national? James, I love you. It's one of my pet peeves. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really need to be an official Disney legend. I built things all over the world. I qualify. If I did, I used to think that I didn't qualify to be an official Disney legend. And then I spoke with Andreas Deja, who we had this wonderful conversation, and Tony Baxter too, where I do qualify. I designed, built, and created. I continue to support the company today, but I actually worked for the company designing and creating, like Andreas Deja, like Floyd Norman, like Bob Gurr. Well, not like Bob Gurr, he's a mechanical genius. But the point is that I was as active, and now they're giving it to people like, no offense, Oprah, but what have you built lately? I mean, honestly, or John Goodman too. He was a voice. The voices are great. The voices are fabulous. Yay, voices. And yay, Oprah, because you do give a lot. You deserve the humanitarian award because you are superhuman. But so do I. So do I. And now I put it out there. I should be a Disney legend. I don't get humble about it because at first I didn't think I was like Andreas or I was like Bob, but I am. And you can walk through my stuff and you can ride my stuff and you can see my stuff, and people have loved the dragon and the dragon's lair. So, yep. I'm owning it. So thank you for saying that, James. And Washington for a national treasure is absolutely sweet of you to say that. Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me to do my little rant. Sometimes you just can't be quiet, can you? All you have to do is go to the search button on Disney Plus, type in the film, it will show up. Plus, it is in the Disney Animated Features playlist on it. Yeah. I love looking at the older Disney. I love it. I saw Snow White for the first time, I think, in about 7 years. And what a beautiful little film. When I was in high school, I sketched The Huntsman because I thought The Huntsman was so amazing, so terrifying and cool that, I did a sketch of him. I tend to be fascinated by the supporting characters. I think I've mentioned this before, which is why I'm a character actress, because I like the salt and pepper characters around the leads. I think the leads are confined to carry the show, and the people around have more fun because they can be a little daring and crazy and wild. One of the characters I love a lot is NCIS and the forensic scientist that they have. Her, she's brilliant with the ponytails, like Michael Corey was talking about. What a cutie pie and the big shoes. And she's just such a great character to watch. That actress is so much fun to just watch. I used to watch the show. I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I watched the show, I would look for episodes that kind of went around her because I just thought she was brilliant. So, whereas the lead in NCIS, he's kind of white bread. He's got to be, he's got to be kind of bland because, he's interesting, but there's a hard line when you're a lead as opposed to the fun quirkiness you can get in the sideline characters, So they're all wonderful. Don't get me wrong. It's just if I had to choose, I'd choose to be a sideline character. Yep. Adam says, trust me, I go on Disney Plus every day. I know what's on and what's not. I'm only speaking about American Disney Plus. Yes. And a lot of people on the BerettaBrothers.com really were upset that London and the British Isles and everyone over across the pond is not getting dinosaurs yet. Doggone it. You deserve it. You supported us just as much as everybody else. And I hope Disney fixes that very soon. Write letters, guys. Keep your cards and letters coming and let them know you want it, okay? They were so excited to watch it with us on opening Friday. I had a lot of my friends in London and Paris, etc., that were going to watch it with us, only to find out that they could not be a part of it. So I'm saying, go, 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 go. And yes, I support the official release of Song of the South. I made sure to give concrete reasons why, because for all the stuff people get offended for, I can easily apply the same criticism, Gone with the Wind, which is still being released. Indeed, it is, right? I don't know nothing about birds and no babies, Miss Scarlett. That character. What a lovely lady who had to play some of the most annoying characters. I know it probably bothered her, but you got to eat. And back then, unfortunately, that's what they got, And so, yeah. It's tough. It's a tough decision. That's why I know Cicely, they say she suffered because she didn't get to work for years until Sounder. But when you make a decision like that and you stick with it, you don't find it as being a problem. This is your position in life. You take it. And if it takes you 4 years before you get where you are, you've made that decision, So I don't think she felt like it was a bad thing. I don't know. I never got to ask her. But, but I think, this is a decision you make and you stick with your ethics so you can look yourself in the mirror, right? And yes, Terry should be a Disney. Thank you, Adam. I love you guys. You're so wonderful. I know you are. I know I am in your heart, which is very special. Peggy says, how can I help it make it official? Apparently, there's a site that you submit to, and they say there's a way to do it. I'm just going to keep speaking it. One day it will happen. One day the magic stars will align and it will happen. So Peggy, if you're willing to Google and check it out and do it, I cannot nominate myself. That would look weird, wouldn't it? But I don't mind. I am weird. Anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate that you're all banding together and saying that. I would love that very much. I would love it very much. And like I said, I'm not in this. I'm not humble. I worked hard as an Imagineer, and I still do every single day. And yeah, I deserve it. I really do. Yes. Yes. James says a 20-year-old from the Baxter event last year at Disney Springs met you. She flipped out yesterday and went to yelling this out of the blue. We love you. I love you guys too. And thank you. But this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here, to talk to you and answer your question in any way I can. A lot of artists don't want to do this. Why? Because it takes from our creating of art. But this in itself is a creation of art. And it's a way to hopefully help you guys to feel better. And I hope you do. And you make me feel better. Mondays can be a real... I told my husband, one day I'd like to skip Monday because it just seems to be the dragon that is hell bent on making me, making my day not go the way I'd like it planned. I mean, days don't go like you planned. I mean, you got to be ready for that, especially at this time of the year. But in this time that we're in, but this dragon just does not stop. And today, they managed to find on Monday the one thing that's gonna, get under my skin. And one is my time is very valuable. And I can't get it back. I think I mentioned that before. So I don't want to waste it doing something for somebody else that really, I want to do it because it matters. It's just, I don't want everybody else's, I don't even know how to say it right, because I don't want to, I don't know, I don't know. I don't know how to say it really, but someone will come across the bow and expect me to do something, and I'll be sitting there going, this is something that you could do. Why are you giving it to me? I guess that's kind of And then why am I taking it? Even more important, okay? Time is valuable. Like the ghosts need to get out, So I can't get over how many of you, I just got to thank you for sticking with me during this part. True legend, I love you. I'm going to use that hashtag. Man, are you hitting the nail? The cancel culture is eliminating the evidence of abuses. Thank you for saying that, Dan. Get rid of the evidence. We forget, then repeat the problem. Don't eliminate the examples from the lessons. Absolutely. Dan, you remember Inherit the Wind? That movie, I love this movie. Spencer Tracy. You got to watch it, guys. It's an old movie. It's black and white. Please don't be adverse to black and white. Black and white is a beautiful medium. It's my favorite. But this movie really talks about, Spencer Tracy has a beautiful speech about doing exactly what we're doing. It doesn't need to be this extreme. The Jungle Cruise, for example, I hear there's going to be some major changes. Okay, you don't want the cannibals in there, but the guides and that's my favorite thing. And it's not my favorite thing because I think it's racist. I don't understand. They're guides. Look at the guides in Tarzan, which is also under scrutiny. So what am I saying, right? Guys, don't watch it if you don't like it. Okay? I've never been a fan of Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh could call me up and say he was a fan of mine. I still wouldn't be watching Rush Limbaugh. But I don't badmouth Rush Limbaugh. I don't say what my thoughts are about him. I just change the channel. Okay? He has a right. Well, I mean, I don't even know if he's still around because I don't listen to him. But the point is people like that have a right. Howard Stern, I remember that I was in a shop building and people would listen to Howard Stern, and I used to just think his radio show was terrible. I just thought it was I didn't get it. I didn't like it. But the guys in the shop, they liked it. So, I put on headphones and listened to my own thing. But I didn't like it. Later, he was brought on to America's Got Talent, and there was a huge movement to get him off because they thought he was just awful. And then I watched it because my husband is a part of Comcast Universal NBC television, and that's I try to watch the show so that if we're having dinner conversation with some of his bosses, that we can talk about the show out of respect for his work and their work. And I could not get over how warm and caring Howard Stern was on the show, how nurturing he was on the show on America's Got Talent. And I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. So I learned something. His show was his show, but his show was not the man. And I think that's really important, that sometimes people do these outlandish shows that you just go, why in the world would you ever do it, for whatever reason? And then you find out the guy is cool. Surprised me. I mean, you watch America's Got Talent. If you're somebody who doesn't like Howard Stern, he's going to change your mind if you watch that season. He was amazing. I was amazed at his compassion for the people on the stage, which is very important to be, because it's not easy to get on stage and, expose your tender underbelly like that, right? So, but my point is this, just like Dan is saying, we cannot erase stuff because then we're going to repeat it. Heaven help us if we erase the Holocaust. I would just be devastated if we started pulling that garbage again. Just like I'm devastated at some of the behaviors that I'm seeing with other nationalities and races and people and behaviors. But you can't, these movies keep you aware, okay? Keep it in your brain so that you don't do it again. We don't get complacent and we don't do it again because we're human and we do. Okay. All right. A little bit of reality in there, huh? At a time when we're supposed to be upbeat and I still stand that all films that exist today, Snow White, Gone with the Wind, Citizen Kane, Wizard of Oz, would literally not exist without the technical achievements of Snow White. Adam, I agree with you. I do. Snow White was amazing. And what's even more amazing is a man who believed when others didn't, Mr. Walt Disney. People like this, George Lucas, people like this, who everyone in the world told them they were nuts and they didn't listen. Here's the big message for you today. If you think you're onto something and everyone thinks you're crazy, you're onto something, baby. Don't forget it. Remember the dude who came up with the pet rock? Imagine what he did when he told his family he was going to create that. If you don't know what that is, you got to Google it because it'll blow you away. This thing was a sensation. Was it a quick flash in the pan sensation that made this guy millions of dollars? Yeah, baby. But the thing is, it was a sensation, period, end of story. So you won't believe it when you see it. But it, I keep saying to myself, if somebody tells me this is crazy or other people get this other crazy or blah, 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 you say to yourself, pet rock, pet rock, pet rock. Because the pet rock is real. And the other thing that just keeps on going, like the Energizer Bunny, is the chia stuff. Chia. I have no idea. I look at it and I think it's absolutely twisted. But my opinion. But it's still going strong. Whoa. I mean, really? Really? I don't know. Not my thing, but boy, whoever, came up with that idea, and maybe he sold the idea and someone else took it on and he made a lot of money and he's retired by the beach somewhere or up in the mountains somewhere and he doesn't talk to anybody. This is what I'm talking about. Just keep it up, guys. You got a idea that you think works, go for it, because no one's going to know for real, right? Nobody knows what you know. And there is Grandma and Bella and everybody in the house. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I know the movies weren't completely removed, but I heard they were removed. And there you go. Yes. See, you're helping each other on this channel. Good for you. I watched The Brothers this morning before school. It was good. The Brothers. Aren't they fun? Don't you just love their logo? Because they do look a lot alike. I could not do that with my sister. People go, what are you doing? Because my sister and I don't really look that alike, but they do, and they're adorable. They're a good couple of guys. Subscribe to their channel because they are very clever. Note that I don't apply parental controls to Disney Plus, so your mileage will vary. Adam, you're so cute. Probably when Disney Paris gets the praise it long deserves after the expansion is done, they will acknowledge Terry's participating in design. Maybe they will. There's a book about Paris Disneyland, and they do. Okay. So, yeah. And in Imagineering the Building of a Dream, they do also Thank You, Kevin Rafferty. So I get my acknowledgement, and I appreciate that. And then, of course, I've got all of you because I mentioned it. Meant to add because of Snow White. Sorry, the sentence. No. I didn't think so. I got it. But thank you for fixing it, Adam. He was. What is that about? It just goes to show you that you have a product that you perform and you do, and then there is you, the person. So another example is Borat, which I cannot get behind. But Sasha, what a brilliant actor, and seems to be so kind and humble as a human being. And I was just blown away by him in this latest film he did about the, what's the name of it? You guys know. Anyway, he's so good in it. It's the Trial of the Seven or whatever. Chicago 7. That's what it's called. I think it's called Trial of Chicago 7 or The Chicago 7 or something like that. Anyway, he's brilliant in it. If you get a chance to see it, they're all good. But he, in my opinion, they're all good. But just he surprised me because he does this really annoying character, this Borat character, for me, annoying. But he's such an incredible actor. Such a lot of little layers to the guy that I'm just so impressed by him. I loved him in Sweeney Todd. I thought he was fantastic. There are so many movies I've seen him in where he acts that I think he's absolutely phenomenal. So I may not like his brainchild, Borat, but I certainly love his other stuff. So it's not the man again. There's the product, and then there's the person. So that's what I'm saying about being reminded of that. You know, I'm being reminded of that. So I don't judge a person by their product. I don't go, oh, that guy's a nut, you know, which I still think he's a nut, but he's a very talented, you know, he's good. He's a really good actor. Borat does not the man make, is what I'm trying to say. And that is true on a lot of levels. Hence why Walt Disney is still one of my heroes, a crazy man who followed his dreams when everyone put him down. Now, look at what he did today. We'll never take that for granted. No, 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 no. Can you imagine being Lillian? He came home. She's just got the house all beautiful, the way she likes it. And he says, I'm going to sell it because I want to build Disneyland. You know, let's give her a little credit too. Yeah. She just, I know she probably wasn't thrilled, but she locked hands with that husband of hers and she did the run, and look what we got from it. So, and that was at the Smoke Tree Ranch. I got to see that house, and then the house that he went back to try to buy his house back after Disneyland was a success, and the person who owned it said no. No, sorry, Walt. I don't care who you are. I'm keeping this house. Ba-bam. So he had to buy another one at the ranch. And it was great to see them both. It was really great to see them both. And can you imagine telling Walt Disney no? That was also very interesting. Yes, indeed. Jenna. I have to go now. Bath and bed. Past my. This is Bella speaking. Okay, Isabella. She always likes to give us a report of her activities, and we've told her if she's a patron too. Yeah, on my Patreon page, card carrying member. This girl, and we're gonna do we want to do a Zoom spotlight with her, but I got to get with her grandma, make sure everybody's okay and safe, and then we'll probably make it an evening one. So you know, the UK doesn't have to be, you know, past her bedtime like now, you know, but we can't wait. We cannot wait. And that's the comments. Woohoo! Guys, this has been wonderful. We have gone 2.5 hours, so almost 3, but I wanted to get most of your questions in. I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. Like I said, I got to get ready for my next endeavor. It's Monday and they're all coming at me, woo, like a train. But I hope you enjoyed the dinosaur stuff. Please tell me your stories either in the comments or my email or my message. Please, 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 please. I love you guys. Do something nice for someone else. If you're not feeling quite so good, it'll make you feel all the better. And Adam, you've got the one that you guys have got this great. Keep up the fantastic work. Thank you. And just like Adam says, have an amazing day. I love you guys. I will see you Friday. If you can't wait, check out Patreon because we do have that Zoom call. Love you. See you soon. Bye.